Hi, I'm Fred with Artist Management Studios, and today I want to talk about the retail portion of the menu. From the home page, you'll see in the menu items over here, retail. And if you expand that, we have retailers, orders, and retail portal. Now, first in the retailers, these are retailers that you've already got an agreement with, somebody that you're already working with. Now, in a different section under marketing, you can have leads where you're working on leads of people who are potential contacts, but these are the ones that you're actually doing business with. And these can be consignment or wholesale. And then you can add add a retailer directly just by adding a retailer, or they could be transferred over from a lead. But all your information for your contact is right here. And under each retailer, you can see this is a summary. It's a consignment, last contact, who the contact name is, email, phone, etc. And you can personalize what your negotiated rate is for each retailer. And then when you click on the three dots, you can go into details, which just pulls up a detailed view, and you can load your contract if you have a contract with them, any notes, and then down below you've got outreach. I can look and see exactly when I emailed them or contacted them, how I contacted them, and some notes on that, and I can look at details of that. If it's consignment, it automatically, this is a consignment store, so you'll see this tab. So if I've got product signed to that store for on consignment, I can show it here. And this, when you transfer a product, when I adjust inventory and transfer product to this consignment stock, it will adjust your overall stock for your inventory. And when you go look at that, the stock management, it will show that those products are not available to sell, but you will see them listed under the consignment inventory. And then, of course, you've got transaction history, so you can look at the transactions that happen with that particular store and any particular orders. And just like you can get through that for each one, you can go in here and edit, make changes, add sales, add order, add an outreach, add a task. So you can add a task and say and assign it to somebody to tell them to follow up or get a packaging order together. You can add a task and assign it to one of your assistants. Orders is just a one view of all of your orders. You can filter and search for this, but this gives you a detailed look at everything that's been ordered. And once you're in here, you can look at details on a particular order. So you can look at the line items. You can make a change to the status. So if it's in progress, whether it's shipped, I can say, well, it's been shipped. And I can even send an email to update that. Select payment, and that's paid in full. I can add a tracking number, an invoice number, and again, full update history here. So under retail, you've got your retailers, everybody you're doing business with. You've got a full tracking history of what you've been doing, both sales-wise and contact-wise, your orders. And then finally, and probably one of the most important, is retail portal. You're struggling with how do I put a list together of all of my products and get it out to all of my wholesalers and allow them to shop. And right now, a lot of people are doing it with paper or spreadsheets, but then you have to manually go, anytime you make changes to the pricing, you have to go update that. Well, within the products, when you go into inventory and products, and let's open that in a different link and go look at that. If I go edit this product, one of the things I can do is say list for retail. Yes. So that means this product will show up in the retail catalog, the online catalog. The catalog suborder, it does it by the collection name first, and then by the suborder. So it's the middle. And then finally by the name of the product. So that determines the order in which they show up in the catalog. So got a place here at the beginning to add a statement. So you put in all the details for your statement for your catalog, what your catalog is about, terms and conditions, etc. You can set default wholesale discounts, minimum cart orders. You can upload a logo that will be displayed for your online catalog. You can even upload your catalog PDF if you want to. And then you have For each retailer that you've got established in your retail list here, each one of those retailers will have a vendor specific link. So you copy and send that to Artisan's Corner. Copy this one, send it to Bloom Collective. Now, when they sign in, all their information is already there, and they can browse the full catalog of all the products you've assigned to them, assigned to being online, and then they can place and select what they want to order. Now, that is an order request. You'll get an email once you get the request, and then you can respond with to cancel the order or to approve it and send back a note as to how long before they can expect delivery. So let's take a quick look at this, and we'll do a copy paste. And keep in mind, this is a dummy catalog, so it's not going to be as pretty, perhaps. But you saw we had a logo, a banner, our retail catalog description. We have a link here for the download catalog PDF, and then the products. So as a vendor, I can come through and scroll through this, and you can have multiple pictures per product so that when they open this, they can go and look at that and say, well, there's one of two. In this case, it shows the same picture, but you get the idea. We can sit that and say, well, we want 5 of that, add it to cart. And then they can come in and say, all right, we'll come in and check out. I can't check out yet because minimum order is $250. So let's go here and add 5 of those, add to cart. So I've got a wholesale discount, 50%. And this shows the summary, the total amount, wholesale discount, total due to you. And since I copied it from the anonymous, they would have to fill out their business name and information and submit the order. So the anonymous wholesale link is a good way for you to send it to people who are maybe warm leads that want to take a look at your catalog. So these 3 functions encompass the entire retail functionality of the menu. So please contact us if you have any questions, and we'll be happy to help.